gentleman's got a museum over in Coolsprings, so we're honoured to have him here today. Well, the engine that we're about to start is a Stott engine, built in 1903, and it's an example of a mill engine, and it's what's called a cross compound. I won't go into too many technical details. If people want to know, see me afterwards. But basically, steam generated from the boiler comes down the silver pipe into this cylinder first, and this is called the high pressure cylinder. Steam enters the high pressure cylinder, and the valve system is called the Coolsprings valve. That allows steam behind the piston to push the piston backwards to start with. When the piston gets to the end of the stroke, steam closes at this end, opens the other end, and pushes the piston back the other way. The exhaust then goes under the floor to the second cylinder here, which is called a low pressure cylinder. And this is a simple slide valve cylinder. And the steam then is used once in the high pressure, twice in the low pressure, hence cross compound engine. The exhaust from this cylinder then goes into what's called a condenser. And the condenser enables the steam to be used for a third time, but in a slightly different way. Steam enters the condenser, and the condenser is a great big cylinder. When it enters the cylinder, it meets a jet of cold water. Steam takes up this much volume, and when it hits the cold water, it condenses back to water, and the water takes up that much volume. So apart from Andrew and his mum and dad, what's left in that chamber? Vacuum, very good, okay. So planet Earth doesn't like vacuum, so they then use the vacuum to actually suck on the exhaust stroke, exhaust side of the piston here. That's the principle, but in actual practical operation here, we don't run the condenser because we haven't got enough cooling water to actually run the condenser. So it's just acting as a pure steam engine. So that's the principle of the engine. The engine was used in 2 locations, quite locally, and it's been on site now. Is it, how many years? 20?
We pulled it out in 1984. It took us 27 years to get it back together.
So it's a 27-year project to actually get it up and running.
We don't rush things.
No. Yeah, it's cool vision, yeah. Okay, so any technical questions? See Jeff, who always hides in the background. Always hides.
I'm looking after the boiler.
Okay, you look after the boiler, he's shouting at me. All right, guys. So, Stefan, you just go that way there, please. Right, now, the reason I've asked people to move from the sides, they're just 2 pocket valves. If they're engine hydraulics, you just have a puff of steam and warm water, but it's never done it yet. You just said that. There you go. Right, over to you, young man.
Okay. I would just like to take a moment to thank everybody. Tom Rapp, up here, my colleague from Coolsprings Power Museum, and I have been touring around in Scotland and England, and the wonderful reception we've had. But as Tony was talking, I just had to be smiling to think that how Jeff started with a private collection here, and so many years ago, Dr. John Wilcox, now deceased, and myself, started with 2 private collections in Coolsprings, and gradually decided to put them together and just have a nice backyard to play with. Well, it grew and it grew, and I think the same thing that's happened to Jeff and Anson. It's, you know, this has been, Anson's one of the museums in the world, and we're trying, but I have had a wonderful visit at Anson. I spent all day here yesterday and so far today. I'm honored to be up here and help Tony start the steam engine. And I thank everybody for the wonderful reception.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, the engine will run for about 15 minutes because we haven't got a great head of steam. So when it's running, if you come in an orderly fashion, you want to stand on the engine bed and have a closer look, please feel free and enjoy.
Okay.